All right, race fans, let's recap a big Thursday, June 11th we had here at Delaware Park. It was a little hot today, and the action on the tote board was a little hot too. We had some big payouts Thursday afternoon. We were fast and firm all afternoon, 9-race card. Let's get right to the racing action here, starting with race one. Race one will kick off the popular early pick 5. They bet over 50,000 into the early pick 5 on Thursday. Race one, we're going a flat mile on the main track. We were fast and firm all afternoon. Race one's a beaten, claiming 5,000 for filly mares 3 and up. Let's go to Josh Brown with the call of Thursday's race one.
Away and running. Good speed for Principia. Recognize Me is also right there, and Meaty Fast Flower now claims second. Bottle Rocket's a little deep in the early mix, and Laughing Fit is in front of 1, and Beach Grass is last of all, so a very slow gallop here, and Principia sets a very sedate tone and leads by 1, but the posse's closing in. Recognize Me has the rail trip today and sits a clear second. Meaty Fast Flower out of trouble and now joins Recognize Me for the battle for place, and Laughing Fit is a little wide, leaving the first turn behind. Bottle Rocket is 4 paths deep, and still last of all is Beach Grass. In a race that sees no pace, Principia has no excuses today. Shows the way as the public's pick by 1 tight length, but a quartet chases that speed. Laughing Fit with the blue cap, Recognize Me with the light blue cap. BT Fast Flowers right there chasing, and deep on the track is the gray Bottle Rocket, and still last of all Beach Grass. They turn again at 3.5 furlongs to go, and Principia is still reserved on the front end, and BT Fast Flowers breathing down that rival's neck. Recognize Me comes under a heavy drive, same can be said for Laughing Fit. Bottle Rocket starts to hit her best stride, and still last of all is Beach Grass. Here's the quarter pole, and Principia has been this long-time leader. Meaty Fast Flower continues the chase. Bottle Rocket's deep on the track, and the rail belongs to Recognize Me as they turn for home. Wide open as Principia puts the cue in the rack, and Meaty Fast Flower comes surging to the front. Bottle Rocket's had a wide trip but a steady grind. Recognize Me at the rail, late on the scene is Laughing Fit, but inside the final 16th of a mile, the second favorite's home, Meaty Fast Flower, with a 3.5 plus length win. Bottle Rocket was second, Recognize Me was third, and Principia weakened to fourth.
Mighty Fast Flower goes off at 5-2, and now the 5-year-old mare by Matoli is a 5-time winner from 20 starts. She wins for trainer Kelly Dieter and jockey Kevin Gomez. She paid $7.20 to win race one. Let's take a look here at race two. We'd kick off the early pick 4 in race 2. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 7,500, 3 and up, never won 2 lifetime. Let's check out the action from race 2.
Away and running. Good start on the inside for Knockout Guy, and that was short-lived as Palace Revolt wants the lead, and so does St. Cloud, and deep on the track is Boars. Migratory comes away in fourth, and last of all is the one who broke on top, which is Knockout Guy. That's the 5 of them, and it's St. Cloud who has pole position and leads by a neck. Boars is right there in second, of the favorites are 1-2, and Palace Revolt chases the speed inside the first 2 opening furlongs. There's a big divide back to Migratory, who's in 5th, and a struggling Knockout Guy is now downgraded to last. Around the turn, Boars continues to trade jabs with St. Cloud midpoint around the one and only turn. Migratory is looming large on the far outside. The third choice is revving up now. They just passed the quarter pole, and here comes Migratory. Deep on the track to confront Boars and St. Cloud as they turn for home. Boars is the first one to kick for home and has built up a 3-length lead. Migratory with a long, steady grind. St. Cloud has no more to give. Palace Revolt battles on for the balance, but Boars might have been reluctant to low, but he brought its A game to the track today. Boars with a good-looking win. Migratory made up a stacker ground for second. It got close for third between Knockout Guy and St. Cloud.
The late money rolled in on Boars. He went off 6-5, and now the 3-year-old son of Eastwood, a 2-time winner from 5 starts, wins for trainer Jonathan Badillo Casado. Nice ride there, Jesus Rios, $4.40, the winning price there on Boars in race 2. Let's take a look here at race 3. Race 3 would kick off another pick 5. They bet almost 30,000. Well, $29,113 to be exact into the pick 5 starting race 3. We're going a mile, 70 yards, beaten, claiming 5,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 3.
Away and running. Good speed for Patton's Tizzy today. Chasing that speed is Let's Have a Party. The rail belongs to Pierce Elevated and Majestic Tiger. There goes Hawkstone, who's now deep on the track, and Winooski's going to be caught very wide. Crab Cakes and Beer floats out Bourbon State, and the early trailer was the slow strides of Broderick. Around the first turn they go. Patton's Tizzy with the money on goes a decent clip for the level and shows away 3/4 of a length. Hawkstone is right there shadowing the speed in that second place position, and chasing in third is Let's Have a Party in that third place position. Winooski's covered a lot of ground, and even deeper than that is Majestic Tiger. Broderick's moved up a couple of spots, so did Pierce Elevated. Still near the backfield is Crab Cakes and Beer, who just got past, and that one is trailing at the back of the pack with Bourbon State. 4.5 furlongs to go, and Patton's Tizzy, the heavy favorite, still controls the clock, shows the way, 3/4 of a length. Hawkstone right there, shadowing his speed throughout, and now these two start to turn up the heat as Patton's Tizzy is kicked away by a long neck. Hawkstone right there, the third choice in the wagering market, is right there trying to press on past. A struggling third for the moment, trying to close in. Up the inside is Pierce Elevated. Battling on is Let's Have a Party. And deep on the track is Majestic Tiger. His head's turned for home. It's still Patton's Tizzy with the race in its hands. Hawkstone continues to make him fight. And now Let's Have a Party's trying to get on track as they turn for home. Hawkstone, a steady grind to Patton's Tizzy. Let's Have a Party is battling on and looms large too. Patton's Tizzy holding on by a thread. Hawkstone trying to press past. Let's Have a Party. Bourbon State late on the scene. Hawkstone's gonna get there. Hawkstone got it in the shadow of the winning post to be Patton's Tizzy. Let's Have a Party in Bourbon State.
Well, Patton's Tizzy was even money, but wasn't good enough today. Hawkstone goes off at 7-1 and pulls off the upset for Nazario Racing Stable and trainer Pedro Nazario. Nice ride there, Paul Luna. Hawkstone went off 7-1 and paid $17.20 to win race 3. Now the 4-year-old son of Catalina Cruiser, a 4-time winner. He's now made over $100,000 in career earnings. Let's turn the page here. Race 4 would kick off another pick 5. They bet almost $25,000 into the pick 5 starting race 4. Race 4 would also start the $3 all-turf pick 3. They bet $10,331 today into that $3 all-turf pick 3. Race 4, we're going a mile 70 yards on a firm turf course, rail at 22 feet. Maiden claiming $25,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 4.
Away and running. Slow to go was Candy AP. Good speed from Galatown Guy. Their Suns Are Rising. The yellow cap of Thirsted's right there too. And Rebel Prince joins that fight on the front. So they move in front of us for the first time. And Galatown Guy shows the way. But right there is Thirsted tracking in second. The rail belongs to Capitaine. And Rebel Prince continues to hold third at the 6.5 furlong point. Suns Are Rising stays towards the inside. Powered by 8 is Very Rank going around the turn. Win Street with the money on has one beaten. And Candy AP was the one who was slow to go. So a paceless affair that is headed by Thirsted. Lets it out a notch to lead by a length and a half. Galatown Guy continues to chase a joint second, and Capitaine is right there poised to strike in that third place position. Rebel Prince gallops 3 paths deep, and now Win Street is set alight and is trying to get through but has nowhere to go. 4 furlongs to go. Thirsted continues to control the terms. Galatown Guy is right there up in the stakes. Rebel Prince is caught 3 wide. Capitaine behind a wall of speed. Deep on the track is Powered by 8. The rail belongs to Win Street. Suns Are Rising is in between rivals, and the one who's being eased is Candy AP. Around the turn, Thirsted makes a break for it, and Thirsted leads by 4. Galatown Guy needs to dig deep and find more. Capitaine continues to put Win Street in a box. They turn for home, and Thirsted leads by 3, but is getting leg weary because Win Streak is on the full attack mode too. Here's Thirsted huffing and puffing, and Win Street's trying to get through. Capitan and Galatown Guy. Galatown Guy's been erratic throughout, but hits the front at 47-1. Galatown blows up the board to be Capitan, Win Street, and Suns Are Rising.
Galatown Guy goes off at a monster price, and the first-time starter wins for trainer Michael Catalano Jr. It's a nice homebred for owner-breeder Patrick Kane of Maryland, a 3-year-old son of Galloway. Nice ride there. Adam Williams, 45-1 the final price on this 3-year-old. He paid $97.40 to win race 4. Big upset there that would produce a bunch of big payouts throughout the rest of the afternoon and a nice carryover for Saturdays. I'll tell you more about that as we get through the card here. So congratulations to all the winning connections there. Gallatown guy, a big winner in race 4. Let's turn the page here. Race 5 is a beaten, claiming 10,000, 3 and up, going 6 furlongs. We kick off the late pick 5 here in this race. They bet over 21,000 into the late pick 5. Let's check out the action here from race 5.
Away and running. Bad start for number 7, Captain Candy. Good rail speed from Protege and Cyber Beast. They break 1-2, and Risk Factor is mixing it up too. Two-stepping Kluki comes away in 4th, and on the outside, Guayo now captures that 5th place spot. God With Us is a tracking 6, while Spotted Bull rides that rail in front of Grazer, and a terrible start leaves Captain Candy a long-looking last. So Protege is the leader, but the lead is only a neck at best. Cyber Beast right there, hounding his speed in 2nd, and Risk Factor is pulling hard and is eager to go under the rider's hands in 3rd, and deep on the track is Two-Steppin' Kluki. God With Us now hits his best stride. Up the fence is Spotted Bull, still in front of Guayo. Then one near the back half of the field is Captain Candy, who's closing in, and Grazer's dropped to the tail. Here's the 3/16 pole, and Cyber Beast kicks for home and leads by 1. Right behind that one, Risk Factor's had a charmed run, and these two to settle the score. It's Cyber Beast kicking away by 1. Risk Factor continues to chase hard and getting closer inside the 16th pole. Cyber Beast still holding him at bay. Cyber Beast is getting there, and Cyber Beast prevails. Risk Factor was 2nd, Protege 3rd, Two-Steppin' Kluki was 4th.
Well, veteran rider Danny Centeno, he's won a lot of big races here at Delaware Park. He gets his first win of the meet here on Cyber Beast. This is only the 3rd mount for Centeno. He makes it a winning one. He wins on Cyber Beast, the 4-year-old son of Global Campaign, who's now a 4-time winner from 17 starts. Wins for trainer Victor Carrasco Jr. He went off 4-1, paid $10.40 to win. The early pick 5, if you hit it, congratulations. Looks like there was 2 winning tickets to take down the early pick 5. It paid $21,303.15. Congratulations if you had that. If you had the early pick 4 that started race 2, early pick 4 paid over $2,500. So some big payouts all over the place there in race 5. Let's take a look here at race 6 to kick off the late pick 4. Race 6, a nice maiden special weight for 3-year-old fillies, going a mile and a 16th on a firm turf course. Rail at 22 feet. Let's check out the action here from race 6.
Away and running. Good speed on the far outside for Chartist and Blamin' Fortune. Right there together, and up the inside is Voluntary, who came away in 3rd. Kimmy Got Glasses was in a very tight spot, and Gervana is also part of the mix, and that was passed by Sister T and Companion. Dutchman's Map's in front of 2, which is the Jeweler, and Good Bites is last of all, so it's Blamin' Fortune. Toey before the start, but has the lead, and is going quick too. Kimmy Got Glasses 2 paths off the rail to take a clear shot at that solo speed, which is Blamin' Fortune past the 6, and Voluntary has the run of the race today in that 3rd place position. Chartist is getting closer in 4th without having to be asked, and up the inside, Gervana shares 5th with Sister T. There's a gap of 2 back to Companion. Deep on the outside is Dutchman's Map in front of the Jeweler, and still last of all continues to be Good Bites, but that one starting to find her legs. Midpoint of the backstretch run, Blamin' Fortune continues to control things all her own way, but she's had to work hard for the lead. Jockey takes a peek back to see Kimmy Got Glasses on the far outside in 2nd. Voluntary continues to glide up to the both of them, and Chartist has a sweet trip today, and Gervana rides that rail and closing his Companion, but still 8 lengths off the speed. Here's the quarter pole for Blamin' Fortune, trying to see this through. She lets it out a notch. Kimmy Got Glasses needs to dig deep and find more. Voluntary starts to take good strides, and so does Chartist as they turn for home. Blamin' Fortune still in front with a healthy lead. Voluntary continues to bridge that gap ever so slowly, far outside for Chartist, and no more to give for Kimmy Got Glasses, but Blamin' Fortune continues to keep on going at 8-1, and there was a polished ride by Julio Hernandez. Blamin' Fortune got it over Chartist, Voluntary, and Good Bites.
Julio Hernandez and Blamin' Fortune take them all the way here in race 6. Nice 3-year-old filly by Breaks are made in her second career start for MKW Racing and trainer Michael Stidham. She went off 8-1, paid $19.40 there to win race 6. Let's take a look here at race 7 to kick off the final pick 3 of the day. We're going 6 furlongs on the main track. First level allowance condition here for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 7.
Away and running. Good speed, one from the outside from East Boston, Benny and Pride's Prince. They break 1-2 in a paceless affair. Benji Star, couple of light reins shaken to stay with the speed, and Fear Nothing's last of the 4. So the opening furlong belongs to East Boston Benny and gets a stranglehold to relax that speed. Leads by a length and a tail. Pride's Prince is on the chase in second and pulling hard is Benji Star, waiting for the last 3.5 furlongs to sprint home, and Fear Nothing still last of all. They go to the 3.5, and it's still East Boston Benny calling the shots. Chasing in second is Pride's Prince with the run of the race. Fear Nothing comes up the inside, and Benji Star needs to do a touch better than that. They approach the quarter pole, and each Boston Benny still holding on by a long nose. Pride's Prince continues to chase hard in second. Fear Nothing grabs third. Benji Star last. They swing, and it's Pride's Prince who kicks for home and kicks away with confidence too and leads by 1. Now showing up is Benji Star. Then East Boston Benny and Fear Nothing stayed at the rail to no avail, but Pride's Prince is still nicely clear. Benji Star moves in a second, and that's how they'll finish. Pride's Prince has won it by 2 authoritative lengths over Benji Star, East Boston Benny, and Fear Nothing was the last one home.
Well, the Greg Compton barn keeps the good roll going. They win another one here. That's their 7th win from 15 starts for the Greg Compton barn. They're hitting at around 50% so far for the meet. Compton, he's your second leading trainer right now. I'm sorry, correct that. Mike Simone's your second leading trainer behind Jamie Ness. Greg Compton's your third leading trainer. He keeps on winning, though. Paco Lopez, the winning ride here on Pride's Prince, a 4-year-old son of Munnings, now a 3-time winner. He's now made over $100,000 in career earnings. He paid $6 to win. The pick 5 that started race 3, that was a 4 out of 5 payout for $133.75. The carryover that this produces is $19,796.96. That's going to apply to race 1's pick 5 on Saturday, Delaware Derby Day. The early pick 5 starting race 1 Saturday. The carryover is going to be a few hundred shy, about a couple hundred shy at $20,000. So looking forward to that on Saturday. That should be some nice action to kick off a big 12 race card on Delaware Derby Day. All right, let's see what happens here in race 8. Some more big payouts to come. Race 8, we're going a mile and a 16th on the firm turf. Rail at 22 feet, $25,000 starter allowance. Optional claiming $40,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 8.
Away and running. A tardy start for Street Rockin'. Good speed from JD Factor and understudy Kitty. And right behind the both of them is Picture This. The rail belongs to Crabs and Beer. And last of the 5 is Street Rockin'. So JD Factor, true to form, showing that dazzling speed and shows the way by 2 open lengths. Understudy Kitty is right there chasing a joint second at the 6.5. And Picture This rides that rail trying to get a wee bit closer. Crab Cakes and Beer continues to stay ground saving. And Street Rockin', after a little bit of a slow start, is right there as well. Only 5 lanes would cover a lot. So JD Factor makes play and shows the way by almost 2. While Crabs and Beer is right there tracking, and Understudy Kitty is right there too, with Picture This and Street Rockin'. They go down the back of the track, and it's JD Factor passing the 4.5 and showing the way by 3 open lengths. Chasing in that second place position up the fence is Picture This. And then you have Street Rockin' on the wide outside with a pink cap with Crabs and Beer as they get ready to go to the far turn run. And Understudy continues to hold on to that second place position with 3 furlongs to go. JD Factor still calls the shots. Understudy Kitty continues to chase in second. Picture This is right there. There's been no twist to the plot. And Crabs and Beers in the 4th place position as they just passed the quarter pole. JD Factor with speed on display trying to stick and stay. Picture This is battling on, and so is Understudy Kitty. The rail's open for Crabs and Beer. They swing into the stretch. Crabs and Beer, Picture This attacks JD Factor now. And Picture This hits the front, trying to battle back as JD Factor but can't. Picture This is pulling away in the final yards, and it's going to be Picture This, the race winner. JD Factor was second, Crabs and Beer third, and Street Rockin' was fourth.
Picture this, a 6-year-old son of Munnings gets his 5th lifetime win. He's now made over $200,000 in career earnings. Nice ride there, Jose Batista for trainer Steve Glaceris. Picture this went off 2-1, paid $680 to win race 8. If you hit the pick 5 that started race 4, that pick 5, one person took it down. One ticket took the whole pick 5 down. It paid $21,135.60. So congratulations if you had that. That's a big payout for sure. If you played that $3 all-turf pick 3 that started race 4, that paid well. The all-turf pick 3 paid $2,582.70. So congratulations if you had one of those big scores there in race 8. Let's take a look here at the 9th and final race. We're going a mile, 70 yards here. Beaton claiming $10,000 for Philly Mares straying up. Let's see what happens here in the Thursday finale.
Away and running. It was a good start today for Coal Mine. Lady Arwen is also showing good early toe, and Blue Fashion taps on the brakes. And CC Girl starts a middle move, and right there is Classic Ballad, and the Feisty One is wide in the early mix. It's a compact field around the tree-lined shadows of the first turn, and Coal Mine has the lead, but it's only a fraction of an inch. CC Girl right there trying to take the lead away and does, and the new advantage goes to CC Girl. Coal Mine yields to CC Girl on the top ranks, and Classic Ballad is right there tracking the speed in third. Pulling hard is Blue Fashion, saving every inch of ground, and the Feisty One is deep on the track, has one beaten, and Lady Arwen's last of all. So the first 3 furlongs belongs to CC Girl, shows the way by a length and a quarter. Deep on the track is Classic Ballad, battling on is Coal Mine, and up the inside is Blue Fashion. These 4 ladies scamper away at the half. The Feisty One's in front of 1, and Lady Arwen's last of all. They swing the side. With 3.5 furlongs to go, CC Girl continues to make play, still chasing his Classic Ballad in second, and now the Feisty One loops up on the far outside, and Blue Fashion has no more to give. 5/16 to go. CC Girl still leading, still chasing his Classic Ballad. Here comes the Feisty One on the far outside, and Lady Arwen captures fourth as they turn for home. Still a stack of chances. CC Girl still takes the lead, tangles whips with Classic Ballad, who continues this long steady grind, but CC Girl at 7:01 is unwavering on the front end. Classic Ballad fully stretched but not bridging that divide. CC Girl is tired but holding them all at bay. CC Girl has won it. Classic Ballad was second. The Feisty One third. Lady Arwen was fourth.
Another nice price winner here in race 9. CC Girl goes off at 7-1, pays $17.60 to win for trainer Alejandro Mendieta and jockey Sarah Hess, the 4-year-old daughter of Catalina Cruiser, now a 4-time winner. The late pick 5 on Thursday, that paid well. Late pick 5 paid $6,099.70. Congratulations if you had that. Congratulations if you had one of our big scores here on Thursday afternoon. Hope you had a big day and can parlay it this Saturday for Delaware Derby Day. Let's get a quick break. When we come back, I'll tell you some more about this Saturday's Delaware Derby Day. All right, welcome back Welcome back. All right, let's talk about Saturday, a big 12 race card. First race post time around 12:20, and we're going to get things cranked up right away in race one. We have a nice carryover in the early pick 5 this Saturday. Starting race 1, the carryover is $19,796.96. So a big carryover waiting for you in the early pick 5 this Saturday. Starting race 1, we're going to have 6 pick 5s in total for you this Saturday. So if you like to pick 5, Saturday at Delaware Park is the place to be for you. Let's talk about 2 of the co-features. We have 12 races in total, 6 stake races. The Delaware Derby is going to be race 10, $300,000 for some of the best 3-year-olds in the country going a mile and a 16th. We're going to have some nice horses in there. Brad Cox has a nice homebred in there for Judmont Farm by Into Mischief, the 5 Sovereign Law with Irad Ortiz Jr. aboard. I think that horse is going to be awfully tough. Gary Capuano has the 6 Big Cuddle in there, a recent winner down there at Laurel and the Sir Barton. Yeds at Hazelwood's going to ride Big Cuddle. Some other nice horses in here. Philip D'Amato has the 3 Out of the Woods in there with the Hall of Famer Johnny Velasquez aboard. So it's a group of 7 in the second annual $300,000 Delaware Derby. That's race 10 this Saturday. The other co-features, the grade 3 $300,000 Delaware Oaks for the 3-year-old fillies, going a mile and a 16th on the main track. And I like the one in there, Jumping the Gun by Gunrunner. Looks like she's sitting on a big race, her 3rd race back this year as a 3-year-old. She ran a big second last out in the Black Eyed Susan. Yeah, Pashmina coming into the Delaware Oaks after a poor outing in the Kentucky Oaks. So you also have Dazzling Dame coming out of the Kentucky Oaks, running in the Delaware Oaks. Love Your Neighbor for number 7 for Michael Stidham. That horse has been keeping some strong company at Churchill and the Fairgrounds, and so has the 9 Sneaky Good for Brad Cox. So a group of 9 3-year-old fillies in the grade 3 Delaware Oaks. That's race 11 going a mile and 16th. First race post time this Saturday about 12:20. 12 races in total, 6 stake races. Nice carryover in that early pick 5 starting race 1, a little shy of 20,000. Thanks to all our fans, bettors, and horsemen. Of course, thanks to all the horses for putting on a nice, safe show on Thursday. We did a pretty good in handle for the 9-race card, a little over $2 million. So thanks again to all our fans and bettors for making it happen. Have a great Thursday night, and Friday, we hope to see you here for a big Delaware Derby, Delaware Oaks Day this Saturday.
There's only one Delaware Park, the greatest one. Delaware Park, traditionally